World Cup, one of the most anticipated events in sports, and it will be bigger than before.
The competition just expanded from 32 teams to 48 teams. And today we find out which countries will play their matches when play kicks off in North Texas. So joining us now live from Washington, D.C., we're so excited to give this all some context on today's World Cup draw, is American soccer legend Cobi Jones. And before we start, we do not use the term legend lightly. You were inducted into the U.S. Soccer Hall of Fame in 2011. You played in 3 World Cups, 1994, 1998, and 2002. And you were a member of the 1992 U.S. Olympic team. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited. It's a big day today.
We really want to get right into it. We have so many questions for you. When you played in the 1994 World Cup, it was here in the U.S. What was that like?
It's hard to put into words, but it was an amazing moment, for the soccer world to actually bring the World Cup to the United States. A big risk, but it did definitely pay off, for myself and a lot of others, within the game and on that team. We had the opportunity to put our names in the lights, so everyone's still talking about us 30 plus years later. It was very special, and I think it helped the growth of the game within the United States.
So let's talk about what your expectations are for the draw today. What would be the best outcome for the U.S.?
Well, I never say a specific team because we know within the World Cup, it's always going to be difficult no matter who you're going to be playing. But I'm hoping for it, and when it's all said and done, that it's an easier route for the United States, because there's a lot of good teams here. Like you mentioned, with the expansion, to 48 teams, it's going to be a situation where you're going to have the opportunity to celebrate, this basically a big party with all the different teams that have finally made it here after so many years. Like a team like Haiti, is a perfect example that was extremely excited that they actually made it back to the World Cup after decades.
And there are so many details, that we're still waiting on. It's also exciting. Where do you likely see the U.S. having base camp?
Well, for the U.S., they're going to be based out in the Los Angeles area or just south of it. I know that their first game, their opening match, is going to be June 12th at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Their second match is going to be in Seattle, and then the third match is back in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, and then we'll see what happens from there. But it's very good. I think after the draw today, you're going to see a lot of people hopping online, just trying to find out where they're going to be going, booking flights to try to get to wherever they need to go to watch their teams.
And how do you expect this World Cup to be different than ones in the past?
Well, it's going to be different in a lot of ways. Just the fact that it's an expanded format. It's a 3 host nations between U.S., Canada, and Mexico. And then I'd say on the other side of it, we have a much more knowledgeable fan base, now in 2026 here in the United States, as opposed to 94. When 94 was kind of like, what's this World Cup thing? Now everybody's waited on bated breath going, come on, let's get the World Cup here. Let's get it started. And this is the first giant step.
And our last question for you, Kara and I were talking about this before. And you just talked about the way that the knowledge and understanding of soccer has grown in our country. Can you just talk about the magnitude of an event like this? The only thing we can really compare it to is maybe the Olympics, the whole world watching this sport that is just continuing to grow.
Yeah, I think the best way to put it, for American terminology, is to think of this month-long tournament. Think of every single day that there are games. Think of it as a Super Bowl.
Okay.
So it's a Super Bowl every single day for a month. It is more than just the 90 minutes, that is going to be on the pitch. It's going to be about the celebrations beforehand, the celebrations afterward. You have all these 48 different nations. You have all these countries coming and their cultures that they're going to be bringing with them for every single match. And always pay attention to the first ones, because that's when everyone still has hope and that dream is still alive about the possibility of winning the World Cup.
Hope does spring eternal here in North Texas, so thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you so very much for being with us this morning. We appreciate your perspective and your insight.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.